This is actually the list I started compiling. Where could I find people who had involvement? So I broke it into 3 levels of witnesses.
3 kinds of witnesses.
Right.
So that's right. Okay.
And then there was the next level would have been employees of mine.
That's the second kind.
That's the second level. And the third level is people that weren't part of the garbage companies that dumped
that
them.
you would have called the close witnesses of the third kind.
The third kind, right? Yeah. That's the kids that snuck in, the teenagers that snuck in, the ones that went in and acquired the games in the middle of the night.
So we're now at the edge of the landfill. Where did you come in?
North of here, an old road to get from First Street all the way to the back of the tracks.
Right.
The way I found out about it was one of my buddies, his dad worked for the landfill. My buddy Joseph, he's like, yeah, my dad told me they're dumping a bunch of Atari games at the landfill. You know, right away I'm thinking, I gotta tell my boys. We were living in poverty, we couldn't afford a lot of video games. So when I told my buddies, their heads started spinning and the plan just all came together.
We get on our bikes from the projects and we ride up here to the landfill. You know, being small, I'd always felt nervous, you know.
Because of the dump and them throwing food and everything away, you're gonna have different kind of animals. The landfill was infested with rats.
Coyotes.
Definitely snakes.
Skunks.
Skunks.
Mainly skunks. They look like seagulls, but I'm not sure they're seagulls.
Yeah.
Just those birds.
Scary.
We sent the 2 young guys out.
Up on top of the hill, and once they saw the security guard enter his vehicle and turn it on, that's when we snuck in.
And when we got there, we were like, holy crap, look at this. There were thousands of games in the ground.
What'd you break the concrete with?
Shovels from the Army that has a shovel on one end, and you unscrew it and it turns to a pick on the other end. That's a tool that we would use.
I have no idea, but I believe it.
Yeah.
It was like finding gold for us. So we just start hammering away, putting them all in our bags. Obviously, we were nervous as hell.
I remember running, and while I was running, I remember I was crying because I got sprayed by a skunk.
It was pretty funny at the time until we got home and his mom, we had to tell his mom, then it wasn't funny anymore. But we were always worried about getting sprayed with skunks. That was
Skunks
bad.
seem to have taken up a lot of your childhood. I mean,
And we were so excited, we just couldn't believe it. We all had a bag full of hundreds of Atari games. It was pretty crazy.
so it must be kind of satisfying. This like childhood adventure you guys had is now kind of a legend.
Well, we think it's pretty cool actually because we were involved in it. It was an adventure for us to go out that night. Probably one of the best nights that we had as kids. But now that I look back and see the significance of it, it's pretty exciting that we were involved that night in such a big part of the gaming history.